うちの旦那は私の2つ下。いわゆるオタクというやつで、アニメを見ないと死ぬ生き物らしい。私、そういうの全くわからないんだけどさ、面白いの？
面白い。真白タンは俺の嫁！
お前の嫁は私だろ！
A trend I'm seeing a lot in anime today is the increase of the short form episode. These are shows that run typically from 3 to 12 minutes, with some ambitious ones lasting only a minute long. You'll notice a few of them sneak their way into every anime season, and they don't require too much investment to really enjoy. It's relatively easy to breeze through a whole season of these shorts in a single day. Short anime don't rely on hefty budgets, and a television network can easily choose one or two of these to fit their time slot. So knowing this, you might be wondering if anime are getting shorter and shorter every year. Well, yes, they are. So are short anime going to overtake the long form episode? Well, yes and no. Granted, there used to be many anime that ran from 50 plus episodes, but fewer of those exist today. The standard for most now is the 12 to 13 episode format for one season, with sequels dependent on Blu-ray and merchandise sales. In a way, anime is getting shorter, but I think viewers still want to enjoy a good 22 to 24 minute show over a 5-minute one. Rather than explore the increase of short anime, I think it's important to look at how these shows are appealing to us viewers. There are two genres that work hand in hand really well in this format, the slice of life and the comedy. Hetalia, Tekkyu, Wakakozake, and Space Patrol Luluko are just some notable examples of the genre. They all have aspects of comedy and slice of life that work to their advantage in telling a directly simple story. Tekkyu, for example, runs for 2 whole minutes. The anime features many quick cuts and fast-paced dialogue to fit a usual amount of 3 or more jokes per episode.
Yuri-chan! 見て、新しいラケット買ってった。それトイレをバボってするやつですよ。お弁当一緒に食べよう。は？気まずくないですか？何が？いや、1年生の教室に2年生がいると。でも普段トイレで食べてるしな。やめてくださいよ、悲しい嘘は。砂もいるし、たまにはダブルスの練習でもしようか。3人じゃきつくないですか？これで大丈夫だね。大丈夫、大丈夫。大丈夫っつうか、原理がいい。大丈夫だから大丈夫。じゃあ行きますよ。ちょっと待って、金玉がついてないでしょ。今のは少し面白くてダメだ、こういう人たち。
It's sometimes slapstick and punny humor works well here because it's quick, to the point, and will at most get a giggle out of the viewer. You'll find this style in similar shows like Italia, Oyasan wa Shinsuki, and Pan de Peace. Short anime relies on timing, and time isn't what they have a lot of. Take something like a 4-koma manga comic, and you'll notice that each panel reads vertically from right to left, relying on moment-to-moment transitions and dialogue that progresses the story to the next panel. Comedic short anime rhymes with this repetitive pattern, and the impact on the viewer all depends on the length of the joke and the timing of the punchline. You can therefore get away with fitting tons of gags into a single episode. There's a beginning, a mild conflict, and a satisfying resolution. But the disadvantage fast-paced shows like Tekkyu have is that the info compressed into each episode can be difficult for some viewers to take in all at once. You can see what is happening, but the meaning of the story is lost in the process. A balance must be maintained in order to keep the short anime rolling at a good pace while using its runtime wisely to support a coherent story. That's why short anime don't always have to be comedic. Sometimes you can come across a good series that manages to have the same dramatic impact as a full-length episode would. Let's look at a series called She and Her Cat, Everything Flows. The basic premise tells of a house cat narrating the hard, everyday life of a single working woman. It may sound a bit bland on the surface, but the anime tells a very touching and heartfelt story. There are 4 episodes in total, and each runs for 7 to 8 minutes. What makes the dramatic impact work in this anime is that it doesn't hammer a lot of things in at once. From the cat's perspective, his narration about his owner switches between the current setting of the present and the flashbacks to the past. Every detail arrives when they're most needed, and the cat's delivery is done in a slow, matter-of-factly tone to give the audience some breathing room. We're given enough to know about the cat's relationship with her and the often bland personal life she lives. It ends with a sad goodbye in all respects, but leaves on an optimistic message that has slowly built itself up over time. Unlike a comedy that relies on quick timing and gags, short anime can also depend upon timely narration, slow moments, and subtle character development to provide a meaningful reflection for the viewer. Keeping things brief is a standard of generally good writing, and it's essential if you want to use your time wisely. If I had to point out an advantage short anime has over a show with more minutes, I'd say that the effect on the viewer is much more immediate, whereas that other show may take a bit more time to getting used to before the final credits roll. All in all, there's less pressure for them to perform as well or meet expectations for the viewer. They create space for some effective drama and sometimes wacky and experimental comedic banter. Studio Trigger's Ninja Slayer and Infernal Cop series are prime examples of short anime that have purposely cheap animation, wacky sight gags, off-the-wall humor, and over-the-top action.
こうなれば遠距離から銃で狙うしかない。くらえ！そんな銃弾俺には効かない。しかし俺にも効かない。何？
Yup, that definitely sounds like Trigger. Concise writing, carefully used emotions in comedy, and time efficiency are all elements that make a short anime work. It's a condensed art form like writing flash fiction or sketching a quick moment in time and place. It should be appreciated for the amount of work that goes into it and the tighter deadlines animators have to balance. There are good and memorable short anime that you should definitely give a try, and bad ones that feel artificial and leave a nasty taste. It's a mixed bag kind of format, but there are always those unique gems that you can't ignore. In every art form, it takes skill to evoke what you want to say in so little time you have. If you liked listening about stuff like this, give this video a big thumbs up and check out my other videos. Subscribe if you want to see more awesome content, and definitely share my vids around if you like them. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next one.